Hi, I'm Bruno Aziza, and today I'm sitting down with Chris Capossela, who is Senior Vice President of the Information Worker Product Management Group at Microsoft. Thank you for your time, Chris.
It's my pleasure. Great to be here.
So you're a veteran at Microsoft. You've done all types of jobs. You were the speech assistant for Bill Gates. You run the project server business. And you are very exposed to the issues that information workers have with data. So can you tell me what your first level of thinking is on what's difficult for information workers when they need to get access to the information they're required to make decisions?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there are a lot of things that go into putting the right information into people's hands. First of all, of course, you have to think about making that information available in a secure and compliant way. Then you have to think about making it available to people no matter what device they're using. So we really do a lot of work to make sure people can have a great experience, whether they're using a PC, a mobile phone, or a browser. And there's work and thoughtfulness that has to be put into that from an IT perspective to make that available to everybody. And then of course they have to have the tools on those devices that they can use to sort of glean insight from the data itself. So there's more to it than you might think, but it certainly pays off in the long run if you do a great job making sure that you push as much data as you can to the edge of the corporation, to the edge of your business, so that everybody who can come up with an interesting idea or interesting insights has the tools and the access to data no matter where they are to work with it.
And so this is not just an issue for the information worker, but it's also a big issue for IT in order to deploy that in a way that makes sense for the organization.
For sure. IT, the bigger issues are with IT. Information workers, frankly, are hungry for it. Yeah. Typically, they want access to data. They want to be able to look at interesting things and glean insights from it. It's usually, in our experience, the IT's sort of pressure and burden to figure out how to do that in a great way, rather than having to educate the information worker on why they'd want it. They know they want it. So it's more of an IT challenge, I think, than an end-user challenge.
And your team does a lot of thinking in terms of the future and what the experience is going to be for information workers. I think you call this the future of productivity. Do you want to expand on what that is? Yeah,
so for us, we really believe the future of productivity is made up of a couple of things. One is, of course, this notion that you'll work with multiple devices, PC, phone, and browser. And when we say PC, we mean a whole variety of types of PCs. Everything from a very small netbook or notebook to slates to desktop machines. It's just an incredible variety of form factors that make up the PC. And then, of course, the phone. We focus most of our work on the smartphone as opposed to feature phones, and needless to say, the browser itself. Those are the three form factors, if you will, that we really think will dominate in the next 5 to 10 years. So making sure we're thinking about building software for those devices or those form factors is really key. The other super important bet that we're making and that we feel is going to be what sets us apart from the competition when it comes to defining the future of productivity is just this notion that productivity will blend unified communications, enterprise content management, collaboration, business intelligence, and enterprise search. We think those 5 workloads, if you will, or those 5 areas are really going to blend together over time. They're not going to be distinct point solutions. Today we see a lot of IT people buying 7, 8, 9 different solutions from 9 different vendors across that spectrum, and we think betting on those all coming together through a simple user interface, through a simple back end, that is going to be a way for people to save a lot of money, and it's going to be a way for end users to really adopt these tools in a way that's very natural. And so that, I think, is really what we believe is going to move the world forward when it comes to productivity.
And so that changes the way people procure and deploy and maintain these technologies, going from siloed solutions to a more broad approach. Do you have examples of organizations that do this well today?
Well, sure. There's so many of them out there. We're very proud to have a lot of customers using our technologies in interesting ways. We have a great website with case studies, Microsoft.com/case studies, and you can check out Volvo and Chevron and Jamba Juice for kind of an interesting retail example. We do a lot of work to document what we do internally at Microsoft as well. We find a lot of customers want to see how our own IT people run our own systems, and of course we use our technology extensively extensively. So internally at Microsoft, we have a really nice internal intranet called MS Web, and that's the exact same infrastructure that we run for all of our employees to create their own SharePoint sites, to do team collaboration and document co-authoring and all of the work that goes into sort of the daily unstructured productivity. That's one infrastructure. So you can get to all of the financial reporting, because our finance teams all create their own sites, if you will, to run their numbers and make those numbers available to employees. So it's one integrated infrastructure for our intranet, for our extranet that we use with partners, and then for all of the team collaboration and sort of financial BI work that we do. And it's all pulled together through search. Everyone uses search pretty extensively inside the company. So you don't really have to memorize the way our websites work. You're literally just searching for what you need. And being able to find data repositories and interesting reports is pretty critical to our productivity.
And what's great here is for an end user is the benefits of finding information quickly, making decisions, not just by connecting to the information, but also connecting with the people you need to collaborate with in order to make decisions.
That's all right. I mean, that's exactly right. You know, BI isn't different from working with people. And that's right. The whole notion is that when you find information, you also want to find experts on that information or on those topics. And so bringing together collaboration with data mining and intelligence of looking at the data and pivoting the data and visualizing the data, those things intertwine very naturally in an end user's mind. Traditional IT systems have treated them as very different things. We think that that's a thing of the past, and the future will bring all that together pretty seamlessly.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Chris.
My pleasure.
Until next time, I'm Bruno Aziza.